What's going on, guys? It's Jonas here, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how you can get from this to this and also from this to this. And first of all, the software that I'm using to edit my pictures is called Lightroom. You can either use the app or you can also use the desktop version, which I will be doing right now. And I'm going to be showing you guys each single step how the pictures are edited, so let's go. So we have the first picture. It was from my trip to Dubai in January. So as you guys can see, the picture is super dark. It was already super late there. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is increase the shadows. I also want to bring out the whites a little bit. And what I always do is when I increase the shadows, I want to bring black. I want to bring back the blacks. So we're gonna decrease the blacks. You guys can see like the sky in the background is super burned out, and I want to bring back the sky. And I'm gonna do that by decreasing the highlights, and then I will also want to add a little bit of clarity, but don't go too crazy on that. So I'm just gonna do 5 right here. Then I'm gonna decrease the vibrance a little bit to -8. Then a little bit less saturation because I feel like it's a bit too much. Now the interesting part starts, the graduation curve, and it takes a while to master the graduation curve because you can really fuck up your whole picture if you go too crazy on the graduation curve. So here's what I'm doing. So I just like a little bit up. So I'm going a little bit up here. And maybe, then bring back the blacks by going down a little bit. So I can really recommend you always like play around, go up and down, and just see what works. So now we're gonna change the colors a little bit. So I'm gonna change the reds a little bit, maybe to 6. And to me this already looks good. So let's move on with saturation. And because I really want to create this warm look, I'm gonna decrease the saturation of the blue. And I wanna have a lot of orange, so I'm gonna increase the saturation of the orange. And now we're gonna move on to luminance, and this is basically like how bright or how dark the colors are. So let's make the orange a little bit darker. Let's make the yellows a little bit darker. And by the way, guys, like the Instagram format is 4:5, so I'm gonna apply that right now. Usually I always do that in the beginning, but I just forgot, so 4:5. Choose your frame and select it. Now we move on to split tonings, and you can change the color of the light, and you can also change the color of the shadows. So I'm gonna start with the highlights, and because I want this picture to be really warm and like summerish, I'm gonna throw in some like orange here, some orange highlights. Yeah, maybe like that, just a little bit. And I also want to make the shadows a little bit more orange. Alright, next up sharpening, because like this picture was shot at I think like ISO 800 or so. The picture is like kind of grainy, but we can bring it back by sharpening. So what I'm gonna do is here, I'm gonna increase the sharpening to, but as you guys can see now the picture is even more grainy, but we can fix it with the noise reduction feature. So I'm gonna increase the luminance until grain is gone here. So yeah, that looks already pretty good. If you increase the luminance too much, it just gives you like this Barbie look, and I don't know, like I'm not a girl, so I don't need that. So that already looks pretty good. But what I always do is use a radial filter, so that way you can really stand out. And I'm gonna show you now what I mean. So right now the whole background is selected. Most of the time I increase the contrast a lot because I think it really looks good. And as you guys can see, like the picture looks so much better now. And because I want to bring out the sky a little bit more than it is now, I'm gonna decrease the highlights so the sky comes back. Yeah, and we can also like add a little bit more color into the sky, so I'm gonna add some more saturation. Yeah, maybe like that. Oh, and one quick tip, so as you can see here on the left, like there's this little thing. I don't even know what it is, but it was just like in the frame. But there's an easy way how you can like remove that without using Photoshop. So I'm just gonna use this. I don't know what this tool is called actually. I'm gonna use it. Then I'm gonna select this thing and it's gone. And yeah, that's basically all I'm editing my pictures. Most of the time I don't like edit the entire picture because I feel like it just takes way too much time. So I'm just gonna use my presets. Yeah, like this one called Insta Look. And as you guys can see, it looks pretty good on this picture. I wouldn't really change much. So as you can see, here's the before and here's the after. The only thing that I would really do here is like use the radial filter, put it around my body and do what I did before. So add more contrast, decrease the highlights, and that's it. For editing my pictures, I use my presets all the time. I will link them in the description for you guys in case you're interested. And keep in mind, guys, like when you apply a preset, the picture is not done. As you can see in this example, You still have to make some small changes, but the preset always gives you like a good direction where you want to go in terms of editing. Alright guys, let's edit another picture, one more. That's a shot in Venice Beach in Los Angeles. First of all, we're gonna crop it 4:5, and for this one I'm gonna use my presets as well, and I have like this one that gives you a really nice and warm look. I call it JF look because I use it all the time for my Instagram. So here's the before picture, and we're just gonna apply it, and the picture already looks super nice. But even though I just applied the preset and it looks already good, I'm still not happy with it because there are a few things that I would like to change. So if you look at the picture, you can see like my sweater and my hair is just super dark. So I'm gonna increase the blacks a little bit, increase the shadows so that my hair and the sweater really comes out. It's also like a little bit annoying in this picture is like this blue right here. I feel like it's just distracting, so I'm gonna select the brush tool, desaturate it, maybe use the radial filter, maybe decrease the blacks a little bit, and also like this sky, like I don't like this bluish. I think we can make it a little nicer, maybe like desaturate it a little bit and make the sky a little bit more green. So now we have like a really cool sunset Venice Beach shot. And if you want to use my presets, just check the link in the description. I can really recommend you to watch my video how you can grow on Instagram, where I'm sharing a lot of different things. And yeah guys, that was already today's video, and I really hope you find it helpful. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I really hope to see you guys next time.